Squawk, squawk, fellow sorrowers. Sorrow's back to use some aviation skills. Right, so let's separate the wheat from the chaff and stick a needle in the tear stack.
On the train, so it's not felt particularly necessary.
Okay. Textbook Canaanite. Okay, it's not just in the ears and pug nose. Okay, what you'll see is this vacant look in the eyes, almost like they have Puru disease, or as Bill would say, the manted look.
I've been on my own on the
You see it? Almost doll-like, not so much psychopathic, 'cause I know they share the same trait. It's a little bit, it varies. It's similar, but it's not the same. KHO, okay, it's just short for Kronos.
train.
Yeah, the pink and yellow scarf for sex and violence there too. And of course the black and white polka dot on the bag for duality.
It's not felt particularly necessary to wear a mask, although I do understand why we need to wear them.
Okay, so she understands, but she won't tell you so that you understand. That's because she's a crisis actor and she's been given a script. You can tell because they start, as I said before, with I think. It brings humanity to them, okay, so that you can connect. Because we're all about connection, they're all about communication, you see. That's the battle, if you will, over mind and matter being the heart, which they are trying to attack. So you see he's holding out the bail finger here to start with, another sign. They do it at the beginning, because anyone that's in on this will know straight away, he's one of us, he's working for us.
The protection actually offers is very little, and wearing the same face mask throughout the day offers even less protection. So, but I think it gives a reassurance to a lot of people.
You see, he did the same thing, same pattern. They say, no, it's bollocks. Yeah, it's all bullshit. And then right at the end, but but I think it's a good idea. Or, but I can understand why. That's how you can tell. There is a pattern to this stuff. It's not paranoia and it's not pareidolia. Okay? You have to learn to discern. Because once you do, it can save your life. Most important tool in the toolbox. So you see the zigzag on here, it's also the black and white duality. Okay? See it? The I am. Again, not mine. That's Bill's. Give credit where it's due.
But one passenger said not everyone was abiding by the new rule.
And I said to him,
Again, quite ironic, isn't it? A completely different person, completely different, if you can call them that, completely different passenger with the exact same colouring on the mask, pink and yellow, for sex and violence. The Canaanites are obsessed with this. She's also been put in front of the brick wall. The brick wall is, of course, Freemasonry. Okay, this is child's play, this stuff. It really is. Okay, you see the hearts for the heart chakra? What they're trying to attack.
excuse me, but you should have a mask on, and he just laughed. And I said, well, I don't think it's funny. You need to be wearing your mask.
There again, no reason, no rationale, no logic. No, you need to be doing it, mate. You need to be doing it. Why? I don't know, because we've been told to, so I'm telling you to. This is how it works, okay? This is hierarchy, pecking order. Understand, they don't give you a reason. If they gave you a reason, then you could rationalise it. And if you do that, you're not going to be putting them on. Got to get the Freemasonic bricks in there again, especially if it's next to a policeman, because all this is the dual pillars of Freemasonry. See the pillars of community that I've covered in the past already? Okay. And here's your stairs for the degrees. The wheels of the skates is also to do with the cycle once again, like the bicycle.
Officers were ramming the message home in East.
Cramming was in the last one. Like I said, their vocabulary reflects their lifestyle. You know what that's all about, and they always got to get someone in there wearing the fucking black and white, don't they? For the reptilian worship. Got to be done, no matter what. You have to understand they can film it at any point they want. They can say cut, redo it, turn the camera to the left, turn the camera to the right, whatever they want. So don't tell me, oh well, you're just looking for things. The things look for you after a while. Here's your bicycle once again. See it? Zodiac used to spell it bicycle as well. Wonder if he knew. But then another agent, I'm sure. Yeah, so bi is two, it's duality. The cycle, the cycle of souls, the Ouroboros, Archonits. It's also the sickle for the scythe, for the Grim Reaper, which is also Kronos. Saturn, Satan. Same shit, different toilet. Pink and yellow once again for your detective violence. The stairs in the background. As Mad would say, they never miss.
London. But it was hard to spot anyone without a face covering at Paddington. The new rules apply only in England.
Get the X in for the Seal of Saturn.
And this service was heading to Swansea. For the first stretch of the journey.
See, this is hilarious. So you just so chose to do this report over a squeaking, screeching train. They don't have a lot of brains inside the Canaanites, tell ya.
It's the law that people on board
Can you hear
have
him?
to cover their faces. But once they go over the border into Wales, it's just a recommendation. So passengers.
And I tell you what, it looks like he's got a fucking harmonica under this mask. What's going on there? Some sort of mutation taking place. This is why they wear them.
Could take their masks off. It's also just a.
Okay, you've got your 4 and your 5 for 9. Okay, which is the feminine, which is the dragon. It also ties into paedophilia, the number 9. Okay, there's your more Saturnian worship with the globe Earth, with the ring around it. Okay,
recommendation to cover your face on public transport in. It's also just a recommendation to cover your face on.
okay. When they say recommendation, it's a threat. Okay, because that's why you're recommending something, isn't it? If you have control and you're saying, I recommend you do this, it's the same as a antagonist in a film saying, I suggest that you watch your back or whatever the fuck. Same thing. So if they're recommending it, you better follow it. That's what they're trying to say. Otherwise, it will turn from a recommendation into a demand. Closer, then you get bit by one of these dogs. Yellow and pink, detective violence once again.
Public transport in Northern Ireland and in Scotland.
There you go. I had to pause it there because I've seen this one before. 3, 5, drop the zeros in Pythagorean. Okay, so you can look at it two ways. You either look at it with this, which is they usually use as a 3 in itself, so you've got your 33, or you leave that out. You put the 3 and the 5 together, which is more paedophile code. Sorry, it is.
You can get a free mask at some stations.
You can also put a filter.
Of course, I'd use a black and white duality rag.
Or follow a tutorial online and make your own.
Okay, always look at what they show you in the background. Very important, because as I said, they choose what goes on the screen. Do you really think they would film something unless they wanted it in the frame? So let's have another look.
Or follow a tutorial online.
Right, so what we got here. So the LOL toys that they make for children, if you look at these toys, they're extremely sexually ambiguous, and they should not be so, because if you also look at the child rating of these toys, it's 3+. Does a 3-year-old know about this? Should they know about this? Would they want to know about this if they could know about this? No, they would not. So you don't want your children to know either, do you? Way too young for this shit, okay?
And make your own.
Not to mention, if you're wondering where LOL comes from, it's Lucifer, our Lord. Okay? All these silly little LOMLFL, I can't be bothered to go through them, but they all stand for something Saturnian, okay? And that is simply Lucifer, our Lord. Okay, that's not mine, that's Yeshua's. Give credit where it's due. Surprises in a bottle. Yeah, so the bottle is another reference. It's to do with the Merkaba ship that we leave our souls. Okay, the surprise is in it being that you've lost your soul. Okay, knows, but then so do we, don't we? Royal Bee, that's the anti-female. Okay, that's what we're up against. That's why they got it in there.
With the new rules come new ways of cleaning trains. The spray is a long-lasting sanitizer which kills viruses. Passenger numbers.
See, want to tell you, they have to get the black and white. There's always got to be someone with black and white top on, with the stripes. This is how you know that you're not paranoid and it's not pareidolia. This is how you know it's not on your head. And this is why when people tell you that you're losing your mind and you're looking for things, you can tell them to go fuck themselves. Because it's always, thank you, Joy, because it's always shown in plain sight to you. You can't do this in every clip, okay? Either you've lost your marbles or you found your marbles. And here we are again. You always come over to give me a kiss and a cuddle and watch this with me. You want to see what I'm working on? All right. I ain't done one of these news reports on a report on the report for a while, so I thought I would. This up here, this is a Saturnian symbol. Okay, very hard to see, but this is actually one of the worst ones to use as a sigil. Okay, the energy goes directly to the Archons. You'll even see an Archontic face in it. That's deliberate. The third eye here, you see, and the antennae of the Archon. Okay, so to continue.
Now are still relatively low, but that will change. Rail companies expect that in a couple of weeks from now.
Okay, watch his hands. So it's what they say and what they show you with their hands. Okay, it's how they communicate. They can't connect.
That will change.
Okay, they say that will change, and then they change the frame. That's deliberate. Always deliberate. Okay, watch his hands. So, listen to what he says.
Rail companies expect that in a couple of.
Right. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, the shake to the hands. You got your 3 there, and he's saying to expect. Okay, so that's half of something. This is how they talk.
Weeks from now, in early July, their trains will be about.
And then you get another 3, so you've got your 33. Okay, so he said expect and about. Okay, and it gives you the 2. You got the zeros.
20% full. So social distancing of 2 meters might still be possible.
Okay, and then does the join in once again. So that's possible. Okay, so expect, about, possible. Okay, everything he's saying is coming up to something. It's a warning.
But by early September, they think their trains will be half full.
Whenever they say they think, it's either you think or they think. When they say, oh, sorry, I think or they think. If you have someone on the camera saying I think, it's because they're a crisis actor, okay? Because they're making it about them. This is my opinion. It's not. If it was, you wouldn't say I think. You'd go, this is because you're a human being. They're not. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, when they say they think, they're speaking about themselves. So they're now saying what they're going to do. One more time.
But by early September, they think their trains will be half full.
So that means it will be. Just take it for what it is. If they're saying they think this, it means that's what's going to happen in September. You will see. I will show you.
By then, social distancing on board will be much harder.
Like I said before, the M, they always use as a 3. 2 3s, 33. That's why it's 3 meters. Yellow, so you've got your sex.
It's often in
Pink, so you've got your violence. They do not have to film these two the way they film them. Look at the ears, look at the eyes. They never lie. Okay, these Canaanite physical descriptions. Okay.
possible on a plane. Today, EasyJet ran its first flights in weeks from London to Glasgow and Inverness. Masks the norm as you travel, and covering your face in public indoors is increasingly the socially acceptable thing to do. Tom Burrow.
Get it? So they gave you a 3 before. They don't have to film the 3, just move the camera to the right, move it to the left. Why? I'll tell you why. Because then they show you 1, 2, 3, add them together, 33. It's the age in which they believe Jesus Christ died on the cubed cross. They murdered him on that cross. Don't matter whether you believe it or I believe it, they believe it. That's why they mock the number 33. That is the reason for it, okay? In all contexts.
BBC News.
Secondary pupils in England facing GCSEs or A-levels next year.
Okay, as I've said before, this black table is significant, okay? The reflection of it, the fact that it's ringed, okay, is what they call a black mirror, a scribe screen.
Return to school, meeting their teachers face-to-face for the first time since the lockdown began in March. Government guidelines only permit a quarter of the chosen year groups, 10 and 12, to be on...
10 and 12. What do you get? Do you drop the zeros? Yeah? 1 and 2 is 3, and then you add your other 1, you get 4 for health.
...site at any one time. Pupils from all age groups in Wales will return at the end of this month, and Scottish and Northern Irish schools will reopen in August.
You can also look at the other way. It's 12 plus 1, which is 13, which is the 13th zodiac. They say 13 is the number of the devil. What it actually is the 13th zodiac, which is Athaikus. Athaikus is what we are up against once again. It is the anti-female.
Education editor Brandon Jeffries has more.
For Ella.
Right, foolish love in spaces. Don't you think that's a bit of a weird thing to have framed up? You think she put that up? Does that suit a girl of this age? Does it? I don't think it does. So we're foolishly loving the spaces, the rules they've put in place for us. That's how I see it. I could be wrong. That's how I see it. Okay. Just as that's a bit too old for, this is a bit too young for. So whenever you see the butterfly, it's the monarch. Okay, the monarchy. It's about MK Ultra. Okay, because that's what all this is. And the heart again. They love getting the heart in for the heart chakra. Okay. Ella. So a lot of the time they'll give you these names. Okay, they're not the names. They're not their names. And when they are, this is how you can tell as well, 'cause they always milk it too much. Why don't you just say her name's Ella? Why do you have to show that her name's Ella too? Just to get it in your mind on a theta wave level. So now you've seen it and heard it. So her name must be Ella. Yeah? No, wrong. Sorry. That's not how it works, okay? So the numerology of this, give me one moment. Right.
Google names because I used to do it for
That's it.
when I write names.
So I foolishly thought, as what I tell you about thinking, I thought, well, Ella, okay, we'll look at the numerology behind it. Sometimes they use it simply as a name, as Joy pointed out to me. So we looked up the name Ella, and what does it mean? It comes down as a variation of Hellas, that's a Greek name, okay? But then in Hebrew, tying into the Kabbalah, which is Saturnian, Ella means goddess, doesn't it? What's the goddess? The anti-female, the divine feminine, okay? It's what they worship. Joy?
That's right.
I'm back to sorry. Right. Good.
Time to see friends again. In year 10, she will now.
Okay. The rabbit. Rabbit is always symbolic of the witch, and all witches worship. That's right, Lilith. Lilith is the rabbit. If you look at the faceless rabbit, does that look like a normal rabbit to you, or does that look like a fucking Archon? Because I've never seen a rabbit look like that before. It's deliberate. They get given these props, they put them in place, and then they film them and turn them into characters. Over here, you will see the snake. As I said before, don't blame the snake. Bill will tell you the same. Okay, the snake is reptilian, okay? So is the dragon, and the scripture goes in the Bible, that old serpent, the great dragon, okay? They're not blaming. So when you say, oh, satanic worship of the snake, they worship the snake bearer, which is Vicus, okay? The snake bearer is the woman, okay? So that's why they always show you the snake, okay? It's also to do with stages, compartmentalised, the same with a caterpillar, right? I love you, so they're pressing and pushing the heart chakra once again, which is what they're trying to attack. Over here, you will see a sunflower, which is sun worship. Okay, the hearts are on the phone too. They are given these things. They are props. Strawberries means heart.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Oh,
you're absolutely right.
sorry.
Well done. No, well done. She's right. Yeah, they're strawberries. Strawberries are used again symbolically of heart. Okay. Also forbidden fruit, Garden of Eden reference. Let's continue.
Day of school.
Okay, you see the way they've done these roses? Roses themselves are Rosicrucian. Rosicrucians come just before the Knights of Templar, and Knights of Templar come just before the Freemasons. That's not why they've done this. The reason they've done this is because it creates which is also known as the crow's foot. Okay, so it is the sign of the Tes. Okay, the 88, the Canaanites, the man and lawlessness. You turn it your way up. That's how they hold it. All these writers, the George Floyd stuff, as shown you before, they hold up this symbol. Okay, this is that. See it, Joy?
Yeah.
That's why they do it. Why they do it.
Each week before summer. How do you feel about me going back to school?
Okay, right, so you'll notice she looks down into the middle here. Even though this one's got sunglasses, you'll see her head tilt too. You know why? Because there is a script here. They do this all the time. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. But listen to the way she says it and what she says. Does this seem like something a teenager would say? Would they seem excited about going back in itself, let alone this?
Next summer.
Who says it like this?
Me going back to school.
You see it? She smirks and she looks at a script because she's been told what to say. I know it seems like I'm a nut job. It's just, you see it, Joy?
Back to school. Yeah.
And then kind of, oh,
Yeah.
better check the script.
Yeah.
This is just what they do.
Back to school.
Look at the script. Boom.
Mixed feelings, really, to be honest.
Yeah. Great actors. Yep.
Yeah.
And then there's the classic
She's
rub
laughing.
of the nose, which all liars do. This
She's
is
laughing.
again,
She's lying.
she's lying.
Oh.
She's laughing. She's lying. It's not her fault really. You know, she's just a kid. But they use kids, which is why I do this on them because they have no right. Okay, this is the next generation they are trying to generate themselves. Okay, and yeah, the same with her response. Couldn't be more fake if she tried. The mother, if it is even a mother, because this is how far. Mother, is it the mother? This is as far as they go, unfortunately.
By the time they reach the school gates, I've got mixed feelings really, to be honest.
It's like watching a soap opera.
Yeah.
By the time they reach the school gates, they're thinking about how much has been missed.
I'm feeling nervous because obviously we've been off for 3 months, I think. But I'm also feeling happy because I get to see my friends and finally return to some
Okay, she's been told 3 months. Okay, it's not actually as simple as that. 3 Saturnians have said.
sort of normality with
What?
like learning.
Next year's
Would she know it's been 3 months too?
Yeah,
She's in year
right.
10. She's not like a.
No, exactly.
Okay.
That's right. Both
Yeah.
doing the hidden hand symbol. Okay, that's to let you know. Not you know. They don't. They have to let you know too if you've got eyes to see and ears to hear. But it's to let the ones
Worthing.
who control them. Is it?
But
Oh yeah. So it
Worthing.
is.
Worthing.
Yeah, we know Worthing, don't we? Quite well. That's Joy's just put out there. Yeah. So you ever see? Got nothing to plug in eye.
Oh, all
What
right.
are they gonna do?
All right.
What am I getting at? Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, so the antlers of the stag. I've covered this before. The stag is symbolic of the Archon. They did not need to get the sign in at all. They didn't. They could have just told you the school. Okay, it's Archontic control. Okay, hidden hand showing that the crisis actors. Pink and yellow, sex, violence. They always do it.
Oh.
GCSE exams
No
already
need.
on the horizon.
No need.
I'm not sure that that much time that they've lost can be gained that easily. In theory, it's a great idea, but in reality, I'm not sure how that would actually work.
The new
Look.
routines
Blows the brains out.
at school, the gateway back to lessons. Each small group on a designated.
Okay. One more time. Sorry. Pink and yellow once again. They always make sure they get it in. Pink and yellow, sex and violence is what they worship.
Back to
So
lessons.
It generates energy for them so they can
Yeah,
use
it's
it.
that bad.
It's that bad,
Group
babe. It's
on
that
a
bad. Okay, you got your blue, pink, and yellow for your divine feminine in the background here.
designated route to their classroom for the day.
Welcome back, everyone.
Black Saturnian tire. Look at the ears. Canaanite. She's been put on once again.
On a
Crisis actor.
designated route to their classroom for the day.
Welcome back, everyone.
This school is offering more than some others. All the
Okay, now if you look closer, you'll see that the children have all been told to do the hidden hand. That's why one's under the table. Okay,
teenagers had a
they show you again. It's weird, right?
It
device
doesn't look natural.
learning.
It's not natural. Do their faces look natural? Do they? I know they don't look happy. Who would be
Yeah.
happy in their position right now? It's not about that. Look at the eyes. They are the window to the soul.
Before
They tell you all
lockdown,
you need to know.
just as well.
Okay, this is also relevant. Okay, it's not four eyes. No.
Who would draw that though?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
bullying.
Yeah, yeah, of course it is. But they get that in there. They don't give a shit because they're trying to bully us. Okay, but this double vision, the 2020 vision, that's what's going on here. Okay, to show a hologram, to show two separate realities. All right,
Look at me.
because you got glasses. This is the spider, baby. You are
Okay.
anything but. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't bother to keep
What have you
saying the
got
colours.
glasses
You
for?
should see it by now. Of course not. Of course not. Because it's all fuckery, falsery, fakery.
Okay.
You know, they'll leave some on, some off.
As their GCSE year will start with a lot of home learning. For parents, there's no way of knowing.
Right. Anytime they show you stairs, a railway, ladders, it's all to show the Freemasonic rise in degrees. That's the only reason they put it in front of the stairs. Does that look like a pretty picture? Or is that very ugly? Have her next to a drawing that a child's done. Have her outside, you know, with the school in the background. Think of the money that goes into these reports. No, they chose the stairs. Do you understand this? Pink, yellow, pink, yellow, pink, yellow, all the time.
The minimum is you can expect, even for teenagers who are beginning to return. At some other schools, 15-year-olds are only being offered a couple of hours between now and September. And from the government, there's not yet an overall plan of how secondary schools can begin to get back to normal
with all the year groups attending. Head teacher.
Okay, 15 paedophilic reference again. Again, I can just say, well, of course it is. She said 15. Consider the fact that they're talking about schools here. They're talking about children. Okay, so when they go, oh, up to 15 children, if it's a chosen number because it said 14, because it said 16. They chose that number because they're speaking about children. And how do they get the most energy? As I said before, sex and violence. You're not gonna, yeah. When it comes to children, it's always going to be a violent sexual act, isn't it?
Are having to second guess the next steps, but want advice about September.
Black and white duality, literally as well, with the male and the female, the iron and clay, steel and flesh. It's the joining. Two, duality, all the time.
It can't come soon enough.